I wasn't even speaking on that. On the Brendan Allen walkout, did you see some of the things regarding there's some weird stuff going on at
That's
that UFC
strange.
event last weekend, dude.
That was
It was a
strange.
weird card.
I don't know if it was when I first saw it. I was like, is it fake? Is it not fake? Because again, like I was watching it, but I also had people over, so I was kind of talking to them. So I didn't see that part of the walkout. Weird stuff. Sketchy. Sketchy for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy JP. And in today's video, we will be breaking down and giving our predictions for every single fight for UFC 321 Aspinall versus Gane in Abu Dhabi. I'm super stoked for this card. It is so good to have another pay-per-view. But before we dive into it, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Locked Door MMA community. We saw that we had a few of you join the community this past week. Thank you, first of all, for your subscription and welcome to the community. We're happy to have you. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts on these fights for the upcoming weekend. But JP, we had a very interesting weekend of fights last weekend. I know you are itching to talk about it. I will let you dive into it before we dive into this pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean, just I had the worst weekend ever. Okay, it was not fun. Okay, thank God. Well, barring anything obnoxious happening in fantasy tonight, thank God I won that because I didn't win much else. Okay, I don't even know where to start. I really don't know where to start. Let's start on some good notes, right? Croden, she's a dog. She looks like she's a contender in women's MMA to just get finishes, which I fucking love. Maybe it's time that the over 2.5 no longer has its place, on every betting slip, but she's a dog. Bakoyev, bro. Bakoyev sold hard. He can't cut people off. And Belgarui just I don't think we expected his takedown defense to look half as good as it did. I mean, him training with Pajeda over in Connecticut, they've obviously unlocked something and found something with these strikers to just teach them how to defend takedowns, stay on the feet, and then beat the piss out of people. Luciano won. We expected that. That went. I mean, she got a finish. I didn't expect her to sub her, but good win there. I don't know what your thoughts are. Danny Barlow's fucking terrible. Which we're not gonna pick Santos, right? Anybody coming out here saying, "Oh, I picked Santos. I knew that was gonna happen." Can we put them on a lie detector test? Because that's bullshit. No way. No shot. Santos sucks as well. I said it multiple times when Danny Barlow fought before, how he's broken his left hand twice. It's because of how he throws punches. Dude's technique is atrocious. It looks terrible. I had a buddy come over and watch that specific fight before we had to do something. And he was like, bro, this guy just can't throw punches correctly. And I was like, yeah, it's horrible to watch. Park had a bad performance. Why all of a sudden now does Bruno Silva have a bunch of back knee? Okay, whatever. Looked great. Great performance. I get back pimples too. Not that much, okay? And you've never had it before. Just saying. All right, a little fishy, but whatever. Good win. Gibson. We hate Cody Gibson. Never pick him. Sometimes, somehow, he pulls out these fights. Dude gets starched in 15 seconds. The one time we pick him. Love that. Drew Dober does Drew Dober things. Gets kicked or kicks the other guy in the nuts. Dude takes 5 minutes. A point gets taken from Dober, right? For one kick in the balls. We'll get to that later. And then Dober comes out like a bat out of hell. Crazy. Nelson Frivola. Wow. A second time where a fight is stopped. And then, oh, wait, no. Oh, let's start again. I clearly heard the horn. Buddy, it's an air horn. It's not hard to miss, right? Everybody in the stadium can hear it. So why is nobody else saying they heard it and you're the only one? Way to go, Big Dan. Weird. Charles Jourdain is my GOAT. He's the only one that brought me happiness in that card. That was nuts. Flying knee. Davy Grant. Might be time to hang him up, Unk. Okay? Unk might not got it anymore. That was that was violent. Manon Ferro. I mean, we tried to tell y'all how that would go. Granted, a lot of other fights on this card didn't go the way we said it would, but that one did for sure. Zahabi and Vera. I'm not going to sit here and scream robbery. Brevin, I don't know how you feel. I don't know if you think it's a robbery. For one, I'm going to sit here and say it's a good thing Amin Zahabi continues to fight in Canada because all he will get is these close robbery-esque split decisions. He goes to fight anywhere else, does not happen. Please make the Sean O'Malley fight. He will get the shit kicked out of him by Sean O'Malley. Amin Zahabi sucks. Amin Zahabi sucks. With that being said, Marlon Chito Vera, quit crying on Twitter that you got robbed. You rocked him with the jab. And you decided to press him against the fence and then change levels. Let alone that, you had a whole third round to come out and do something after that too. And what'd you do? Nothing. And then you go on Twitter and cry that you got robbed. But, told y'all, split decision robbery. Told y'all. And made money on it. Just saying. Holland Malott. Mike Malott kicks Kevin Holland in the nuts twice. Doesn't get a point taken, but Dober does after one time. Whatever. Kevin Holland continues to have controversy. That fight sucked. And then Brendan Allen just really shut our mouths. Rainer the quitter. Nuts. I mean, I get it. You're getting your ass beat. Go out on your shield, bro. You're quitting on the stool. Horrible look. So, dog shit, but whatever. I had to watch that quitter. Had to watch those quitters. I mean, I knew we were going to get blown out, and then don't even get me started on that. You know who's not quitting? Us. Because we're having a better weekend this weekend. All right. I've said what I said. That's it. Brevin, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly will have a better weekend this weekend. I will tell you one thing about JP and I, guys. We are winners, and we don't sit here and just look at these moments as like, whatever. Like, we're very competitive. I know both of us got back in the lab this week. It was a rough card last weekend. There was a lot of weird stuff. It made us very frustrated with some of the things that were going on and the inconsistencies of how things happen in the UFC. But at the end of the day, no excuses. We're just going to work to get better for you guys, and for ourselves, because we're very competitive people. And I think we did that. I feel very good going into UFC 321, and we can go ahead and talk about it. I'm not going to weigh in on the split decision robbery stuff. Like, it is what it is. You guys probably know how I feel. It's the same stuff every time. I've voiced my concerns, and I probably will in the future. Next time Zahabi fights, though, just let me go off and watch that video. And you'll see me crash out. All right, moving on to UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi. I'm super excited for this one, guys. Make sure if you're planning on watching this card that you're looking at the times that it starts in your regions, because it is going to be an early one. 10 a.m. Eastern time, and that means for me and JP, 7 a.m. that this card will kick off. So we will be up and at 'em, drinking our Celsius, drinking the Alanis. I know JP doesn't drink those.
I do now.
Cup of coffee for those. Do you actually? You've started to dabble.
I do now. Yeah. It's, ever since you brought that up, we were at Costco one time. Sierra's like, "What are these? Do you want these?" And I was like, "Oh, those are what he's talking about." So I dabble now. You know.
You have a favorite flavor?
Oh, gotta be the orange one. I've only tried 3 flavors, but I like anything orange. The orange Celsius was my favorite too. So
yeah, you are a Fanta fan as well. I know that.
I mean, I'm ginger. So what are you gonna do?
Exactly. It just feeds right into the bloodstream. But yeah, no, you'll have to keep me updated with the Alanis. I got a lot of recommendations I can make to you. But enough about that. Let's start talking about this card, JP. First fight of the morning for us. Jacqueline Amorim is taking on Mizuki and Inoue.
Is that it sounded good to me. I've never heard it said correctly, so was that sounded pretty nice.
I think we're just gonna go with it.
Yeah. Mizuki. I mean, let me get this time frame right, okay? Yeah, 2020 loses to Lemos. It's like feel the way you want to feel. Amanda Lemos, what is she, like top 5, I believe? Something like that in that division. So it is what it is. She didn't get finished by her. It's just a decision. 3 years later, comes back to fight, beats Hannah Goldie. Does anybody hold that in high regard? I mean, if we're lifting weights, then yeah, I'd say Hannah Goldie's probably up there. She's freaking jacked. It's fighting, not so much. Okay. And then now it's 2025, so it's another 2 years off. Mizuki, she grapples, right? She's got like 9 submissions. That's what she's looking for. She's going up against Amorim, who I want to compare Amorim to like Beatrice, who we just saw, what was it, a couple weekends ago, make her debut. Both of these girls, very high level with jiu-jitsu. Very good top pressure, top game. And I know the Demopoulos fight, she was complaining about Amorim sticking her fingers in the glove, which she might have. She may have. Like, people cheat all the time. People are grabbing the fence and shit. But you can't sit there and just straighten your arm and scream about it and not defend the armbar, because then she gets it. But I like Amorim. We like Amorim. She doesn't sit there to stand on the feet just to stand on the feet. She uses her striking to get to some sort of trip, some sort of takedown. She'll take the back, she'll jump on the back, stuff like that. And the 2-year layoff, man. You take 3 years off, then you fight somebody who's not very high in competition. You go to a decision with them, and then you take another 2 years off. Just not a fan of that. So give us Amorim. I think she could get a sub. I wouldn't be shocked, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think the one thing for me is, out of Mizuki, she does put a nice pace on girls. She has good pressure. She's always the one pressing forward, and that's to initiate the clinch and look for her takedowns and eventually find her submissions. But in this one, I do think Amorim's going to be a little bit too much for her. I will say the level of competition isn't terrible for Mizuki. She does have that fight against Virna Jandiroba, which we'll talk about a little bit later outside of the UFC. She went to split decision. Now, I watched that fight. Not that long ago. Didn't really feel like it was a split decision, but you could also see the ways that Virna Jandiroba has evolved and gotten better and improved quite significantly since that fight. So I don't put too much stock into it. And yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. Amorim going to be a little bit stronger. I think she's the better grappler. If Mizuki's going to look to get this fight on the ground, I don't think it's a safe place for her. So we're left with picking Amorim to get the victory here. I feel good about this one though.
Yeah, you like the sub line. You want over 2.5 on this one, or you're not putting any action on this bad chicken?
Usually first fight of the morning. I mean, we're just waking up,
True.
cracking open the Alanis. I'm not really putting anything out there. But if she goes out there, if Amorim goes out there and finds another sub, then I think you could start looking at her as a submission specialist inside the UFC. But somehow some of these fights, submissions are there. Other fights, it's, well, we're gonna go to the scorecards and I did enough type of deal.
True. Very true.
All right. Moving up. Azat Maksum taking on Mitch Raposo. I will be taking this one for you guys. Raposo, he's going to be a good wrestler. He's going to look to press forward, find his takedowns. He is 0-2 in the UFC and 0-1 on the Contender Series, but don't let that fool you. He is very skilled. He's got some power in his hands. He throws pretty big looping shots. And usually you're like, well, that's not a good thing, but what it can do is generate a lot of force and a lot of power coming to the direction of the opponent. He had a split decision in 2024 against Andre Lima, and then we saw the split decision loss to Sumadarje. And I'm pretty high on Sumadarje. I think Sumadarje is really good. He's very big for that division. He's a great striker. Raposo fought a good fight. He found some takedowns. It was close, and many are going to argue that he probably won that fight. Sumadarje might have stolen one on the judges' scorecard. So, don't put anything past Raposo. But when we look to the other side at Azat Maksum, he had that really good fight against Charles Johnson. He ended up losing, but if you watch the first round of that fight, he was really putting it on Charles Johnson. He knocked him down, had him in deep, deep trouble, and had him in a couple submission attempts as well. And then his very next fight, taking on Tagir Ulanbekov, who we all know is a really good grappler. He was able to find the body locks, take him down, but don't get it twisted. Azat put up a really good fight in that one as well. I prefer the striking of Azat in this one, JP. I think he's going to stand there, trade with Raposo, land the cleaner strikes. He's got probably the quicker hands as well. He does have a decent ground game and submissions whenever he's on his back, and I think that's going to keep him out of a lot of danger with Raposo because sure, Raposo will shoot the double. He'll try to get inside for the takedowns, but watch out for the guillotine. From Azat, it's sneaky. He's got long arms. All these scrawny, skinny guys, they can just lock that up really fast. But look for him to use that to keep himself out of danger, keep this fight on the feet. We're taking Azat Maksum.
Yeah, dude. I mean, when he fought Tagir, we weren't on the same side picks yet, were we?
No, but I believe we both had Tagir.
Yeah, because I remember us talking about it. We did both take Tagir, but I was pretty sure that I told everybody, I was like, I'm gonna hedge with Azat because I do like this kid. I like what he has to offer a lot. There's a lot of potential on the feet, very clean, very technical. Like Brevin said, his grappling, he can grapple, dude. He can scramble very well. His balance is crazy. I mean, it showed that in that Tagir fight. Hard to take him down, hard to keep him there. He's like a jumping bean or like one of those little toys where you used to shake it and then sit there. Is that a jumping bean? Did I just explain the same thing I just said? I don't know. But
yeah, that is.
But he's hard, bro. He's hard to take down. His balance, those long arms, stuff like that. I just don't see where Mitch beats him at all in this fight.
Yeah. And experience has served him well also. I think just those two high profile losses. Sure, you're 0-2 in the UFC, but I mean you're still only 30. You know, that's great experience, or you're 1-2 in the UFC, excuse me. But you're only 30. You know, and those are high profile fighters, you know. So let's see what he took from those fights and what he can implement on Saturday. Moving up, we got some big boys. JP, I don't know if we're too excited to see this one, but actually I always enjoy heavyweight fights, even if they're sloppy, even if they suck. I kind of get excited for him, like every single time. It's like a trap for me.
Um, you're excited
Any
to watch this one?
comments there? I'm excited from the standpoint that Chris Barnett is a very unique figure that we don't see very often inside the UFC. The dude is 5'9", JP. He's shorter than you fighting at heavyweight. He's got
Whoa, buddy. Why you say it like that, huh? I ain't anywhere close to 5'9", pal.
okay.
I don't like the way you said that.
What do you claim to be these days? 5'11"?
I'm 6 foot, sir. On the dot.
I don't know about
Actually,
that,
I
buddy.
will have you know I'm 72 inches tall, widowy.
Either way, how many heavyweights do we see at this stature? He's a very short man. He's a very pudgy man. He's very, very big and dense. So, yes, I mean, a part of me does like to see these heavyweights, especially the unique ones, you know? Either the Volkovs of the world that stand at 6'7" or the Chris Barnetts that are 5'9". It's like a my player build on 2K, bro. Like you could just do whatever.
If you build a 5'9" my player on 2K,
I might. Post scoring 5'9".
post scoring doing the
Holy.
Jordan's signature shimmy. I think it's partly because Chris Barnett throws like cartwheel kicks and shit, right? And like it's cool to watch. The dude blew out his hamstring in the pre-fight introductions last time, okay? And then he tried with a hurt hamstring. He's clearly hobbling around the cage. He tried to throw another cartwheel kick, and that's what really popped that bad bitch, okay? But yeah, I mean, he is entertaining. Hamdi Dumpty. This guy is a Olympic level wrestler who doesn't wrestle. And you guys know how much me and Brevin just absolutely love that. That is probably one of our favorite things. I mean, that's got to be a close second to watching the Raiders get blown out by 40 every fucking year. You know what I mean? Two of my favorite things in the world. And Hamdi is a known cheater, right? And you guys know how I feel about that. That is just, I love when people are failing drug tests. Bruno Silva, I want to see those freaking results, buddy. Okay? I just don't know how you pick Chris Barnett here. I really don't. Hamdi Dumpty's not good either. But again, he's got the grappling advantage. If he uses it, his striking, he's got power. It doesn't look great, and it's normally winging bombs, but he's got power. But the biggest thing for me, Brevin, is we've seen it before. Humpty Dumpty getting the split decision win over Jamal Pogues. I mean, we're in Abu Dhabi. What's the number one place that has been, as of lately, I will say, wherever we go, the decisions have been pretty decent, right? I mean,
They've been decent. I'll give them that.
We're not taking the point from the Canada fighter after 2 nut shots, but whatever.
Yeah. But we're also not having a Rinat Fakhretdinov type robbery.
True, which that was in Abu Dhabi.
That was bad.
So,
yeah,
this place is notorious for it. But either way, I just feel like you can't pick Barnett. I don't know, 39. If he does a cartwheel kick and knocks Hamdi out, fuck yeah, won't be upset about it.
Lovely.
But we're going Hamdi.
He'll jump and land on his butt and just
true.
Scoot around the octagon. He's a funny guy. Hamdi, he does need to wrestle in this one, JP. The Greco-Roman Olympic level wrestling has to be on display. Once you get Chris Barnett on his back, he's a turtle. He doesn't do anything from his back. He's so big, it's going to tire him out. It takes away all of his power, his explosiveness, the spinning kicks, anything that he could pose to be a problem for you, it will take it away. And if I was his coach, I would just say, go out there and take him down. Then we're good. Like, we're literally good. He won't have the energy to do anything else. And to Hamdi's credit, I mean, you want to talk about cheating and blah, 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 blah. His last fight, Muhammad Usman, who just popped for steroids. So, I mean, if Hamdi's clean, Usman wasn't. All right. That's all I got to say about
steroid-ish.
All right.
He had elevated levels of test, so.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, the one thing in this fight, too, is like oftentimes Hamdi goes into these fights being the smaller man. He usually lacks the reach advantage, which, funny enough, he still does in this one, but not by much. It's only 2 inches versus like when he fights these really tall guys, he's had a major reach disadvantage, and so he has to get inside. But yeah, Chris Barnett, so small, still outreaches Hamdi, but we think Hamdi gets it done.
I mean, it'd be cool if Chris goes out there and starts just winging cartwheel kicks, axe kicks, and shit like that and clips him. I'd love it. All right. I will hand this one to you. This one is a very good one. A lot of fights on this card. The 321, I like a lot after doing a lot of research, and then 322 is very good as well. Next is Nathaniel Wood, the English boy, going up against Jose Delgado, the Arizona native.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. And honestly, guys, this one could be off of the prelims and onto the main card. If they wanted, I think it has potential fight of the night, possibilities. Both of them very, very skilled. Delgado, a lot of power in his striking, very sharp, very skilled. He's going to be very tall as well with a longer reach than Nathaniel Wood. And we saw in his last time out, the knees up the middle, the length of this guy is going to be a problem as he continues to fight in this division. He's just very big and he's very powerful. And we saw that on the Contender Series as well. And then his first 2 UFC fights after the Contender Series, both knockouts. Now, Nathaniel Wood, he liked Nathaniel Wood a lot, actually. He's fought a lot of top-level guys in this division. He's 9-3, coming off of a victory over Morgan Charrier, who I both believe we picked Charrier. Got caught on that one. He just didn't do anything. Nathaniel Wood put the pressure on Charrier, put the volume on Charrier. I believe found a few takedowns as well. And he has some high-level wins in the division as well. I just worry about his size in this one. He's shown at times to be a little bit chinny, and I think Delgado's really going to be the one to fully test that chin of Nathaniel Wood. Look for Delgado and the hype train of Delgado to keep on rolling, and we're going to hop on it at this point. Give us Jose Delgado to beat Nathaniel Wood. JP, I can really just see this one being a KO as far as a betting perspective. If you're on the Nathaniel Wood side, look for that decision victory for him. Because I do think if this fight goes the distance, it's not going to fare too well for Jose Delgado. I think he can find the KO, and he's probably got to find it fairly early in the fight.
I mean, that's the biggest thing you can say about Delgado if you are on the Wood side. is because how many times, I mean, round 1 finish, round 1 finish, round 2 finish, round 1 finish, round 3 finish. So, like, he doesn't go to the third round very often, but he's finishing all the guys that he fights, which is something you like to see. Nathaniel Wood, we're not saying he's not good. We like Wood, right? We've been on Wood. Pause. He's very technical, like very good. He's a smart guy, very well-rounded. He could do all of it. When Brevin says he's chinny, I mean, I remember in the Andre Fili fight, I believe I locked him in that fight, or one of us did. And he got clipped early. He got clipped bad early. And I would say, Brevin says he is chinny. He is kind of chinny. Like, you can clip him. You can get there. Does he recover decently well? Yeah, I'd say his recovery is pretty decent. But Delgado's one of those guys. First of all, his movement on the feet, I love it. Everything is with a purpose, right? Everything is for something, right? We're not just moving for no fucking reason. Uts. Don't even get me started on the fucking ghost punches that half of these people do. But Delgado, everything's for a reason, right? Very fast, very snappy. He has long arms, right? So it's just physics. When you throw those things straight and you snap them out there, they hit you on the button, you're going down. And then we saw in the Hyder and Mill fight, he'll step through, he'll throw a knee, and then he'll throw something after that. He'll use that knee to switch his stances. I like everything about it. He's born in Yuma. I got friends and family and stuff from Yuma or who live in Yuma, all that shit. I like Arizona natives. I think it's something cool, somebody from Yuma, Arizona on the big stage, whatever. It'd be great if somebody's from Prescott, tiny town Prescott, but that will never happen.
Was the best fighter that ever came from Prescott Valley and the Prescott area. And if anyone wants to catch these hands, JP, why do I despise these guys from Arizona? Surely I should be behind the hometown fighters as well. But like something about it just is like, hey man, if I see you out at the grocery store, it might be down on, like we might throw it down on site. I don't know. There's just something about that.
He's the best fighter out of Arizona. That's funny, man. That is funny. You asked that one ref who kicked you out of the game. He wouldn't say so, but
nah, he would have. He didn't want he didn't want any of that smoke.
Brevin had some choice words for him.
I got police escorted out of the stadium, man. Yeah, craziness. But seriously, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's never going to be a UFC fighter out of those parts, man, because like I said, I ran those streets and still do to this day.
Sound like the meme. I ran the streets since I was young. Streets killed me.
The streets killed me.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, just ask the car meet how that went. Anyways. Yeah, we're going Delgado. He's nasty.
Don't give away all our secrets, bud.
Maybe I'll write a rap song since that's what everybody does is commit a crime and then confess in a rap song.
Oh, we didn't necessarily commit a crime. We just get into a little bit of trouble.
But yeah, we're going Delgado. He's nasty. He can finish. Maybe he can finish Wood.
Yeah, we would like to see that quick finish of the Wood. All right. Moving up, Walter Walker and Louis Sutherland. Speaking of Wood, the Vanilla Gorilla.
What do you mean by that?
Male stripper name.
Oh, right.
I mean, imagine this, JP. We're women, all right? We're about to get married. We're having a bachelorette party,
okay?
Right? We hire a male stripper,
okay?
And then the DJ's like, now entering the room, the Vanilla Gorilla.
Yeah, I
and then we just see Louis Sutherland come strolling into the room. Okay.
Yeah, I can see it. That makes sense. I get it now. I'm gonna put it that way. Anyways, this was a good one. I like this one, right? Both of these guys supposed to fight on opposite cards. Both of their, Usman, we already talked about it. Dude might be juicing. Tafa
sucks.
Tafa sucks. And also now apparently he's stepping away from the fight game for a little bit, I guess.
He's retiring. You've been stepped away from the fight game. But he hasn't fought in 3 fucking years. You've been retired. I don't want to see your stupid Instagram posts. You've done nothing. You don't deserve the retirement posts and love that all these other fighters get. You've done nothing.
And we were picking both of these guys in their respective fights, right? We like Louis Sutherland, big motherfucker. Big ass dude. Put him at fullback. I'm telling you, it would work. It definitely would work. Walter Walker. I mean, everybody wants to hate on this guy because look at the Rebecki fight. Look at the Rebecki fight. We already talked about it.
Look at his brother.
I mean, showed that Ming Yang can't check a fucking leg kick. Anyways, this one's a tough one. This one is a tough pick. We like both of these guys. We wanted to see what Louis had. I think we both think this is probably a little bit too much, a little bit too fast, right? At any point, we said in Louis' breakdown, Louis' ground and pound when he's on top of you is just devastating. He's all of 265 pounds. He uses it in his ground and pound. He will drop fucking hammers to get you out of there. If you're on the if that is a option at any point in the fight and Walter's anywhere near your heel, it's gonna be wraps unless you're very smart about it. Can he clip him? Like, is it a bad idea in general to go for heel hooks in an MMA fight? Probably, right? Your face is just completely unprotected. They could just reach down there, and like Connor said, dribble your head off the canvas, right? But if you miss, Walter Walker's world fucking class at that shit. And Kennedy and Nzechukwu, that fight, we picked Nzechukwu. I was very confident in Nzechukwu in that one. He can strike and grapple. He was doing his absolute best. And he clipped him. That's another thing that everybody's talking about. Oh, well, Walter had the worst shot of all time, and then he got clipped. And it still fucking worked. And it still worked. When you're that big, I already said it in his last fight breakdown. When you're that big and you can sprint, you take 2 steps, let alone sprint, and you're already over halfway across the cage, you don't need a good shot. It's basically a rugby tackle. So like a football tackle. I mean, might as well put him at defensive end on 3rd and 4th down, tell him to pin his ears back. All right? I'd love to see Louis Sutherland, see what he has. I think this is a little too much, a little too quick. Give us Walter Walker. If he subs him, would not be shocked. If it goes later in the fight, then yes. And I think Louis got a shot, but I think Walter's going to come out like a bat out of hell again. I just think he understands that that's his path of least resistance, his best chance to win, and he's going to take it. He's not going to be this wrestler who that's his path to win and not fucking wrestle and stand on the feet. So give us Walter Walker.
Yeah, he's actually been doing what we preach these other fighters to do, and that's follow a game plan and utilize your strengths. It's pretty simple, JP. Walter Walker's been doing it really well. We talked about, hey, could we just prop bet the heel hook submission exact method of victory? I don't think it's available on DraftKings, but you could certainly bet the submission. You could also bet the first round submission. Probably is what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
Taking a look at that first round submission. I think he goes out there, rolls for a heel, gets it, locks it up. Louis is a little caught off guard, doesn't really see it a lot in training, hasn't really seen it outside of the UFC. Taps. That's how I see this fight going. You know, I I like Louis. I think Louis can bring something new to the division. I think he's a fun fighter to watch. I think he's gonna bring some KO power that we all like to see and observe, but just not against Walter Walker. That's a tough matchup in your UFC debut. I get it. It's because your opponent pulled out. He's a loser. I could have told you that, Louis. I'm sorry for the unfortunate circumstances, but same thing with Walter. I would have liked to have seen him beat up on Usman, but it is what it is. And now they fight each other, and it sucks because I like both these guys, but look for Walter to find that sub.
Work. Gonna be nasty work.
All right, moving up this card, we've got Mateus Camilo taking on Abdul Karim Al-Selwady.
This is a decent one. This is a decent one, and this is probably one of the ones that me and Brevin talked about the most. Very close fight in my eyes. Very close fight. Camilo coming off his debut against Gabe Green, and it was I guess you could say it was a typical young man's debut in a professional sport, right? Comes out there, comes out like a bat out of hell, maybe overlooks the other guy. The other guy's a little bit older, not all that, blah, blah, blah. And does decently well. He's doing decently well, and then gets a chance at a finish, gets a chance at a big play, whatever it be. not getting the finish. Deep triangle. All right. Very deep submission attempt. And I will give Gabe Green credit. I do not think a lot of people will be able to sit there like that in a deep submission like that. But then Camilo gassed out his legs. And I remember watching the fight. And he didn't get it. He's not getting it. And then here comes his head. It's slipping out. And I was like, oh, shit. If he does not finish this, that might be it. He might be gassed. Sure enough, he's gassed. Gabe Green puts it on him. Chokes him out. Right? So gives him a lesson. And this is the big leagues. And people aren't just going to quit that easy unless your name's Rainer Durator. Okay? I don't care. I do not care. I don't care that you got your ass beat. I get it. It's a fucking fight game, bro. Go out on your shield. I'd rather you just go out there and get hit once and then just shell up. You quit on the stool. Good for Brendan Allen, though. He really shut us up. Fought well. Looked great. Good win.
We didn't even talk about. We didn't even talk about
The
some
Ritter's
of
a
the
pussy.
weird stuff.
The Ritter's a pussy.
No, I wasn't even speaking on that. On the Brendan Allen walkout, did you see some of the things regarding the? There's some weird stuff going on at
That's
that
strange.
UFC event last weekend, dude.
That was
It
strange.
was a weird card.
I don't know if it was. When I first saw it, I was like, is it fake? Is it not fake? Because again, like, I was watching it, but I also had people over, so I was kind of talking to them, so I didn't see that part of the walkout. Weird stuff. Sketchy. Sketchy for sure. But
Gotcha.
yeah, so gassed out, lost to Gabe Green. Not a great look, right? Al-Selwady losing to Loic Rajabov. Some people like Loic, some don't. Loic's a typical stocky guy who can knock your fucking head off and he can grapple a little bit. The moment you get him tired, all that goes out the window, right? But he finished, or was it decision? I don't remember what that one was. Nope. Loic put him out, right? Very close fight in my eyes. I'm not the biggest fan of Selwady's movement, but one thing that he does well with the movement, it's very unorthodox, very weird. And then boom, he'll change levels and he's right on your hips. Because he'll do it, he'll change levels into a takedown with great timing in terms of when you're throwing, right? Because he dips a lot. He moves his head a lot and dips a lot. I don't like that. Because if you got somebody like Delgado across from you, you're going to get fucking head kicked. And you might lean into that head kick. But so far, he's able to do it into a takedown. Camilo does throw a lot of stuff off his back. He will throw a lot of submissions. We saw that in the Gabe Green fight. I'm wondering if Camilo's going to maybe be a little bit more hesitant to do that stuff unless he absolutely knows he can get it. And then if you're kind of thinking like that and you're doing that, maybe you're not taking chances. Maybe you're not just fighting anymore and you're kind of holding back because you're thinking too much. We're going to go Al-Selwady. Very close fight in my eyes, but we do think Al-Selwady can get it done because of that. Takedowns. And he can wrestle a little bit, right? He can wrestle. And his cardio is very decent. So give us Al-Selwady.
Yeah. I mean, is the young buck going to be in his head? And that's one of the things. Like, you have that first UFC loss. How do you recover? How do you bounce back? Can you bounce back? And it's like, for us picking this fight, you're going to have to show us one first before we can start siding with you. I think you have good skills. I think you can put it together one day. But I mean, hell, you're younger than us. You're a young man, and you really haven't proved anything yet inside the UFC. So start putting a couple wins together, and the boys will start backing you. But until then, give us Al-Selwady.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. But like and it's always crazy to me, dude. It's always so crazy. Watching these people who are like 24, 23. I mean, what was that one girl the other month? Like 19?
Yeah, I think something like that. He was young.
Yeah, and they're fighting in the UFC. I'm like, that's nuts. And I'm sitting over here
Right.
27 with gout and like, what's going on?
My fingers keep dislocating.
Yeah, Brevin can't keep a fucking finger in socket. Oh my god. You guys we should have filmed that flag football season. That dude's he's looking like the old lineman. He's got tape all over his fucking fingers. Every throw, he's like, my fingers hurt. That was a great time. I mean, we might as well get you out there. Throw fucking balls for the Raiders because Geno Smith is. We got Stevie Wonder out there, bro. We got Helen Keller. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. Mateusz Rebecki going up against Ludovic Klein. Pretty good one here, too.
Good one. Both these guys, high level. I think they can really do everything pretty well. Good striking, good grappling, high level wrestlers. Um, Rebecki coming off some absolute wars, like his past two fights, the Chris Duncan fight, mayhem, the Mikabek Oralby, mayhem. And then Ludovic Klein, he just came off of that fight against Mateusz Gamrot, who we saw against Charles Oliveira. Like Gamrot's a high level opponent. He brought the wrestling to Klein. I think Klein can learn a lot from that fight. And then hopefully implement in this one because we are picking Ludovic Klein. I think he's just a little bit more skilled. The striking, I think, is a little bit more technical. Where maybe Rebecki has the more overall power. He's a little bit more wild. I think if it goes later into the fight, Klein's going to have the gas tank, whereas Rebecki has shown that he gets a little winded. He carries a lot of muscle mass, and that'll happen. So for those reasons, we're going to take Ludovic Klein.
Yeah, man. I mean, his most recent fight against Chris Duncan, that was 2 months ago. And that was an absolute fucking brawl. I mean, if you go watch it back if you haven't seen it. The one before that, Mito Bang. Okay? Crazy fight. Both of them wearing damage. Mito Beck had his eye closed. How did that fight not get stopped?
True.
I mean, to this day.
They're checking people's heads for like knots and stuff.
Brother.
The lip, the little split lip. Like, are we in the UFC or are we taking ballerina classes?
They're sitting there looking at RDR's head. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I've seen some nasty bumps on some people's heads that have not been looked at by the doctors mid-fight.
Bro, Joanna Jacek looked like a different person. And that fight went all 5 rounds. And we're stopping because he's got a knot on the side of his eye.
Yeah. Someone called in from upstairs, said, yeah, he needs to come off the field, get into the blue tent. They were taking looks at things that really, like, we're in the fight game. We are in the fight game. If it's not going to hinder their eyesight, if they can protect themselves, let them fight.
True.
What are we doing?
True. And like
gone soft in the UFC now too?
I mean, we're stopping fights when we shouldn't be and all this shit. But Mito Beck, I mean, this guy's eye was completely shut. It looked like you stuffed a little ping pong ball in his eyelid, right? And then the doctor goes, "How many fingers?" 2. And he was right.
One of my favorite moments, dude. One of my favorite moments.
For sure guessing, dude. For sure. And he got it right. That was great. Me and Brevin were saying, give him the win off of that. Are you kidding me? But another war. And then the one before that, a war. That's all this dude does is get into wars. And then Brevin says he gasses out late because he will throw everything into his shots in the first round. Right? In my eyes, Mito Beck. In my eyes, Mateusz, in the first round, needs to go out there and grapple. In the third round, needs to go out there and grapple. Can he do that? Because that's been the way to beat Klein, right? You just saw Gamrot do it. Obviously, Gamrot's a phenomenal fucking chain wrestler. But I think in the first round, he's going to come out, try and put everything into his shots again. Ludovic Klein's very technical and also very fast, right? So, and it's a 3-round fight. I just think Rebecki's going to sprint and try and get a finish again. I don't see it happening against Klein. Give us a Klein.
All right, moving up. Vikram Aliskerov taking on Iron Turtle, Young Park.
The Turtle. Yeah, you guys, I mean, this is what, like the 4th time we broke down Park? What?
When's this man going to retire, dude?
This dude is the ultimate, I think I say it every time, the ultimate just good at everything, like well-rounded at everything. Like when you get in a game.
Decent at everything.
Yeah, like when you get a new game or whatever, they just give you the basic well-rounded character, and that's what you go off of, and then you can venture out and do what you want. But I don't know. There's just not much more to say about him. He makes it tough on guys who are mediocre in some areas, and then the guys who are elite, he has a tough time with, right? I wouldn't say he's like crazy chinny. I mean, he's only been knocked out once. I'm not a massive fan of the Andre Muniz loss. I don't care if it's split. In my eyes, you got to go out there and beat Muniz, right? It cannot be close at all. I mean, Ismail Naurdiev, his most recent win. I did like Naurdiev. I thought he had something. Proved to me that's a bad pick, right? And then Brevin never liked Naurdiev. It's a guy who was in the UFC, then out of the UFC, and then came back. Even though I don't fucking listen to myself, because I literally said that's a red flag, but what are you going to do? You know? But yeah, I think in this one, with that being said, you just got to pick Ikram, right? Watching film for this fight, it was kind of a, let me watch Park to give me a reason to kind of debate not picking Ikram. You know what I mean? I feel like you just have to. Ikram's on a tear. Other than the Whitaker loss, which I feel like that's a classic case. Too much, too fast. And he took that on like, what, a week's notice and flew all the way wherever. Like, I think Ikram can wrestle better. I think he can stand up better. He's just an all-around better fighter. Give us Ikram Aliskerov.
Yeah. And JP, I don't think I've got a Jung Young Park pick wrong. I've been right about Jung Young Park. I didn't like Nardiev. Got that right. Brad Tavares split decision. I had that decision as part of like a 8 method of victory pick parlay that
I
won
remember
me
that.
like $200 off of a buck. Yeah,
That was
I've been
nuts.
picking Park right from the beginning. I think he's easy to read because, like JP said, he does everything pretty decent. So if there's a guy with a hole in his game and either striking or grappling, he's going to take advantage of it. That's kind of what he does best. But for Ikram, great wrestler, good hands, good striker, good power, can eat a shot. He does everything well, and he does even everything much better than Park. We're taking Ikram. To me, this is a no-brainer. Park, like you said, not chinny. He's a durable guy, but we've seen him get hit a lot. So he's very vulnerable with getting hit, and that's not a good recipe against a guy like Ikram, who is so skilled, who does have power in his hands. He better be careful and better watch out. But yeah, I like Aliskerov in this one.
Park is like the ultimate gatekeeper. You know? Like Park is like the first boss you fight in like a hard video game. And then it starts to turn up. And once you beat that one, then every other one's like nuts. But yeah, he's just, who knows. All right. Moving up. Next one, we have Kevin Gastelum's doppelganger. I will say that joke every single time. The Tapology picture looks like Kelvin if he just wouldn't do burger reviews. That dude's a fucking bum, bro. Nasrat Haqparast going up against Quillen Salkilld.
I'm excited for this fight. I don't really know how I feel about Nasrat, like the fighter himself. It's kind of all over the place for me. He's gonna look and to stand and just strike with these guys, and sometimes he does a pretty good job at that, and other times, like I went back and watched the Bobby Green fight. Didn't love that at all. I mean, you just stood in front of Bobby Green, let him fucking dance on you and hit you with 100 jabs to the nose. But then he went on a tear after that. Beat Jamie Malarkey, did what he did there. Split decision against Jared Gordon, split decision against Esteban Ribovic. I was on Gordon and on Ribovic, so I got burned by Nasrat twice. I think his striking is good. He can do that if you decide to just straight up strike with him and you're like of similar size with a similar reach. But Quill and Salkilld, I mean, talk about coming through for the boys. This guy was a lock. Previous video. Hit that straight away. I know that's one of JP's favorite moments. He was talking to my fiance at the time. Don't know why he was doing that. Pay attention to the fights. But, you know, when he turns away for a split second, he looks back and his lock had just knocked out the opponent like within like the first 15 seconds of the fight. So Salkilld, I mean, he's a stud. He's got good grappling, he's got good hands, he's long, he's powerful. He has all the tools that we really, really enjoy. Really good win over Yano Ashmush in his last time out. And I think his hype train is just growing. He's getting better each fight. He brings more to the table than I believe Haqparast does. And so look for Salkilld to stand there, outstrike him, maybe mix in the grappling as well. I would like to see that out of him. He's capable of doing it. He's very skilled. We're taking Quillen Salkilld.
Yeah, I mean, we've been high on this kid ever since he made his debut. We like this kid a lot. Very well rounded, and again, he will go to the grappling. He will come out and go to it, straight to it, and do it. It makes zero sense to me. Like, I cannot stand it when they're supposed to grapple. They're better at grappling, and then they shoot. Not even shoot. They're in the clinch or something, and they go to grab him, and then they push him up against the cage, change levels, try and take him down. Doesn't work, and then they just stop going to it. Like the Bilal fight. Bilal and JDM. JDM fought phenomenally. Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. I think Bilal is the biggest dumbass ever. You sit there and try and throw hands with a guy who has clearly been a better boxer his whole career. And then you just don't grapple until the very end of the fight. I don't care. I don't care if they stuff 1, 2, 3. This is why we like Merab. Make them stuff it the entire fight. If they do that and they still beat you, is what it is. Right? Is what it is. I'm sure the Eagles fans are just, you want to run the ball. That's what we're known for. Run the ball. Make them stop us running the ball, and then we'll go to something else. Don't try and reinvent the wheel without doing what you're best at first. It blows my mind. So Quillen will come out here, and he will grapple. I think Rebecki should have still won that Haqparast fight, right? But, again, we're just standing in front of him doing what he wants to do. Is that what Rebecki wants to do? Yeah, sure, he can strike. We're not moving our head. We're standing in the pocket, and we're throwing with another guy who just thrives off of this. This is his best chance at winning. It makes no sense to me. And yeah, I think Salkilld could take the back. I think if we get him down, I think he could just ride him out. I think it could just be, I mean, call it lay and pray. I don't think it will be, but I think he can control it. I really do. I think Salkilld is on the ground, is very good. He's got long legs, nasty body triangle. He puts those hooks in right away. People are like, Anshul Jubilee win. Oh, who cares? Jubilee sucks. Yeah, he does suck. He knocked him out in like 13 seconds. What else are you supposed to do? Teabag him after you knock him out? I don't understand. What more do you want from him? And Kaylee's over there distracting me. I didn't even get to see it. But yeah, hell yeah. Give us Salkilld.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. He's one to watch. A lot of these Australian fighters, they have a little something to them. They have some juice. They always put on a good show. All right, that takes us to the main card. Alexander Rakic taking on Azamat Murzakanov.
Crazy good fight in my eyes. Crazy good fight to me. And this is a tough one. This is another one me and Brevin talked about quite a bit. Azamat Murzakanov. Not the biggest guy for this weight class. But he's another guy. I'm not going to compare him to Chris Barnett, but it's kind of the similar thing, right? For their build, right? For their size, their looks, and then you watch him move, does not equal each other whatsoever. I would not expect Azamat to be this fast, this tricky on the feet, nothing. And maybe it's me just being the most unflexible person my entire life. Watching these big boys kick like this, throw axe kicks that perfectly up, it is crazy to watch. It really is. Throw cartwheel kicks that easy. I would pull a Chris Barnett and blow my hamstring out if I tried to do that. And I mean 15-0, right? So everybody kind of knows about this dude. He's just going to stick out. You see 15-0. You see Minifield knockout. You see this knockout. You see that knockout. He's a guy who's going to finish people, right? Brentson Ribeiro, knockout. Minifield, knockout. Dustin Jacoby beats him. A lot of people consider him a high-level kickboxer, right? Devin Clark, knockout. Nchukwi, knockout. So all these guys, you might say, well, they're bottom-of-the-barrel guys. Well, he is finishing them. They're like, oh, Rakic, he's on a 3-fight skid, bro. Who were the 3 that he lost to? Jan Blachowicz, 3 years ago. So if you said Jan Blachowicz now, people would say, oh, he's old, he's washed. Okay, well, it's Jan 3 years ago. Anybody upset about that? All right, well, who's the next one? Oh, he was one of the first guys to get Uri'd. That upset you? Not really. He was also winning that fight. Maybe not winning, but he was landing on Uri quite a bit, as everybody does. And then they get Uri'd. Who's his most recent loss? Oh, yeah, Magomed Ankalaev, who just had the belt. Who he won the first round off of. I mean, we're sitting here talking about Azamat's this destroyer of worlds, 15-0. This is the best guy he's fought. And this guy's fucking good as shit, too. He's fast. Very fast. Does he fade later in fights? Sure. All these muscly guys get tired and slow down. It is not nearly as bad. Not nearly as bad as some of these other guys. As a Rebecki, right? As a Abus Magomedov. Not anywhere near that level. His leg kicks are very good. His stand-up is strong. He has a chin. He really does. Sure, he got knocked out by Yuri. Look at the amount of shots he took.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, me and Brevin feel like this is another one. Recency bias. Dude's on a 3-fight losing streak. And I'll let Brevin do more of his talk track of what he was saying to me. But give us Alexander Rakic. Dog money, technically, minus 102 right now. But we do not think it's a runaway fight like a lot of these people do. We think it's very close. We think Rakic can take it. Give us Rakic.
Yeah, and honestly, when these lines close, I would expect that Osmat's a little bit more of the favorite as people start betting these fights and see that 15-0 record. I mean, it's shiny, it's nice, it's lovely, but when you look at the opponents that this guy has fought, they're not great. Ribeiro gets knocked out by everyone. Menifield's, I mean, as smart as a bag of rocks. I mean, he just doesn't fight very well, you know? So if that's what you want to hang your hat on and say, oh yeah, Osmat's a world beater. He belongs in the top 5 of the division. He can beat any single one of these guys because of those 2 fights and 2 opponents. Hold your horses a little bit. Whereas you look at the Rakic side, he does a really nice job mixing up the striking. He can even grapple as well if it does go there. A lot of people haven't seen the grappling of Murzakanov, right? So what does that look like? We don't know. Plus, Rakic is going to be the much bigger guy in this one.
Way
And the
bigger.
other thing he does really well, he throws a lot of high kicks. And what does that do, JP? It takes away the power of the opponent. Because if you're blocking high kicks, you're blocking head kicks, you're taking it right on the forearms. Your forearms start getting burnt out. You don't have the juice that you did at the start of the fight. He does that really well. He chops at the legs. You talked about the really solid footwork and movement of Azamat. Well, guess what? Calf kicks negate that too. So you're going to slow down your opponent. You got him standing right in front of you. You're the much bigger, taller, longer guy with a much bigger reach advantage as well. You arguably are a better kickboxer. There's a lot of things that I like in this matchup for Rakic that I just don't see on the Azamat side. And that's why we're going Rakic. A lot of you are going to give me hate on TikTok. It is what it is, but just wait till Saturday. I'll prove you all wrong. We're taking Alexander Rakic.
I mean, we get hate regardless, right? When
True.
we pick a perfect main card, perfect main, which we've done several times, right? Recency bias. I understand last weekend was shit, but we've done perfect main several times. Then it's, oh, you pick nothing but favorites. Also, it's got nothing to do that we just picked all winners. It's just because we're all favorites. But then when we lose, oh, you suck, or when you didn't pick a dog, or yeah, he was a dog, but that's an easy pick. It's always hate, right? So, who cares at this point? But yeah, I mean, you hear people talk about this fight, they make it sound like, oh, Rakic 3 fights kid, he sucks. This is gonna be a runaway fight for Osmat. We're just throwing Rakic in the toilet that quick? I don't think so. I agree.
And he's got a better chin than Ribeiro. I mean, he's a better fighter than Menifield. And then the rest of those guys are absolute nobodies. Like Rakic has fought the best of the best in this division for years. He's still only 33. He's actually the younger fighter with a lot more UFC experience. He's got the length advantage. He's the better kickboxer, in my opinion. The only thing is Azamat's power. You know, if one gets home to the temple of Rakic, what happens? Can Rakic take that? I believe he can. Obviously, that could turn the fight around. And if you, from a betting perspective, if you want to bet this fight, you can look for the KO from Azamat. But Lord have mercy, if this fight goes long, I think it's Rakic dictating how the rounds are going. I think it's Rakic landing the more significant strikes at range, the higher volume. I like Alexander Rakic by decision. Or if you want to bet Osmat, look for the KO, and maybe you could look for it early in like round 1 while they're still fresh, while his arms are not beat up from the kicks of Rakic.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be a good fight for sure. But I mean, it's not a runaway. All right,
Not a runaway.
I'll let you have this one. You're taking this one because this is one of the guys as maybe the biggest dog we've ever been on. It's at least top 2, top 3.
I mean, JP, who's we? Like, seriously, who is we?
Oh,
You
whoa,
weren't on him.
whoa, whoa,
You
whoa, whoa,
weren't
whoa,
on
whoa,
him.
whoa, whoa,
No,
buddy.
no, 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 no,
Hey,
no,
hey,
no,
hey,
no,
hey.
no.
We've both had
That
our
was
big dogs, okay?
Listen,
All
yeah,
right?
big dogs, but you cannot take any credit for Alexander Volkov. That was all me. We'll go back and
No,
watch the
no.
tape, guys. JP
I'm
was
not
all
taking credit.
Sergey
I'm not
Pavlovich,
taking
round 1
credit.
KO. And I'm sitting here telling you guys exactly how that fight's going to go. I love Alexander Volkov. I think he's a great fighter. He's got the size to beat anyone, right? 6'7", it's a problem. He's got long arms. He's got a good jab, good striking, great leg kicks. Very skilled fighter. Jailton Almeida, if you've seen him fight, you'll know he puts pressure on guys. He looks for takedowns. He likes to get on your back, submit you. That's what he does. I mean, he's a Brazilian. He's tenacious. He's small for this heavyweight division. He always comes in a little bit lighter, which lets him be a little quicker, be fast. He's very well built. He's strong. He can find those takedowns. So I think this is just a story of Almeida's going to press forward. He's going to get through the jabs and the range of Volkov. He's going to find his takedowns. And ultimately, I think he's either going to submit Volkov or just steal rounds on the back of Volkov. Volkov, he has shown good takedown defense in the past, but in his most recent performance, did get taken down by Ciryl Gane. Not a great look. Almeida's a much better wrestler than Gane is, as well as I think he does have a black belt now. He shoots the guillotine a lot, which, I mean, as you guys know, I don't love it. If guys are looking to wrestle you, you're going to shoot the guillotine. It means you're going to basically end up on your back. And if you're ending up on your back with Almeida on top of you, it is just not good news after that. So we're taking Jailton Almeida. I think he's recovered from the bad performance against Blades. I mean, you just can't sit there on the double leg for that long. You're going to get knocked out. He did. He learned from it, came back with 2 dominant wins, round 1 victories. Look for this one probably to JP. I think it can escape the first round. I mean, maybe the over 1.5 is good money right now. But I do think Almeida's gonna take Volkov down and win this fight.
No, I think for sure it gets out of the first round. I really do. But no, I'm not trying to take credit for Volkov. I'm just saying that both of us have had our dog moments, and that is probably because what was it, like plus 380, I think, or something.
Yeah, and then it was not only that, but I was calling for the decision victory. So the method
Which was like
it
plus
was like
600, I
plus
think.
over plus 600.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it was crazy accurate. One of the best, like most accurate breakdowns we've had. But yeah, I think it gets out of the first for sure. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, for sure. When I saw this fight and I was doing research and everything, I came into it and I was going to go on whoever's side that Brevin wanted, right? Because I wasn't gonna be the guy who doesn't listen to him a second time and Volkov or whatever, this and that. But yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy close fight because we just saw Usuri do it to Bakoyev, right? The long limbs, hard to take down, can defend it very well. Jailton Almeida is a really good wrestler. And I'm not going to lie, still very pissed off at that Curtis Blades fight when he just sat there. Bro, you sat there. And there was probably about 8 or 9 unanswered elbows. Have to address that, have to do something with that. But yeah, he's a very good wrestler. I don't know. Will be a close fight, but give us Almeida.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the reach, and sure, there's a big height discrepancy, but only a 1-inch reach discrepancy. And like Almeida has shown that he has power too. We saw that in the Spivak fight in his last time out. He can throw big shots. And Volkov, he's big, but like sometimes he doesn't eat shots too well. And if one of those does get home, look for Almeida to follow up with the double leg, find the takedown, maybe take the back or ground and pound his way to a victory there too. I think it's not fair is what I'm getting at to compare it to the fight last weekend, just from the standpoint of Usuri was a way better striker and way longer, way bigger than his opponent. Whereas Almeida, he's been doing this against guys this size for, his whole stint in the heavyweight division at this point. I think he'll be just fine.
You say that Ciryl took him down. Do you think that was a good decision?
a good decision, like, for the winner of that fight?
Yeah.
No, I think Volkov won that fight. And if you guys watch the show, I was on Volkov, and I personally just don't believe it was a biased thought. I think he won that fight. He did more throughout the course of the fight. He had some deep submissions on Ciryl as well. Um, yeah, it was kind of a boring fight. I mean, from a numbers standpoint, I thought it was interesting, but at the same time, like they didn't throw a ton of strikes. It's hard to judge, and anytime you're leaving it up into the judge's hands with not a ton to go off of, but maybe top control time and submission attempts, it gets a little dicey.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard quite a few people, because Ciryl and Volkov are both on this card. I've heard quite a few people, and I don't think I've heard one person that thinks that was a good decision. I think everybody believes Volkov was robbed.
Yeah, and he very well could have been. He probably was, but even still, it doesn't really matter because you're still getting a really top level opponent in Almeida here with this fight. And if you go out there and beat Almeida, your name will be right back in that hat, bro, for title contention. Like they don't have a ton of people. And you're now fighting the number 3 ranked guy, and you're still the number 2 ranked guy even after that bad decision. So it's not the end of the world.
100%.
All right, moving up, we've got Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Mario Bautista.
All right, guys, hear me out. All right, hear us out. We're taking Umar Nurmagomedov. Okay, what? There's nothing to talk about here. Is Mario Bautista decent? Sure. Does he have good footwork? Sure. Is he smart and do what he needs to get done to win a fight? Sure. You're not going to be able to lean on him on the cage, as in you did with Jose Aldo. Yeah, you came out there and you shut everybody up and you killed a prospect, or not a prospect, but the next big thing in Patchy Mix, and you did what you needed to do. 1,000%. That win has aged like milk. Patchy Mix is fucking horrible. Terrible. Patchy Mix is the Geno Smith of the UFC. I feel like that is a phenomenal, right? Like him in Bellator, that's like his Seahawk days, right? Hey, wrote me off, I did my bag. Seahawk days. He goes to the playoffs, have a couple 10-win seasons. Gets signed to the UFC. Gets traded because our geriatric fucking coach. Hey, come on over here. Now you get UFC Patchy Mix. Horrible. Terrible. Cannot stand to watch him. Right? What is Mario Bautista going to do that puts Umar Nurmagomedov in any sort of danger in this fight? Oh, well, he could clip him as a fight. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Umar's a better wrestler. He's fast as shit on his feet. He can strike. In my eyes, I'm not going to lie to you guys. If he doesn't break his hand in that Merab fight,
A lot closer.
that is a nail-biting fight. He was up on the scorecards.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. You can look up the scorecards. He was up. Very close fight. I would love to see him and Merab run it back. I think he's the one guy right now that could. A lot of people do. I think he could dethrone Merab.
Umar's a dog.
It's a tough fight for Merab. He can grapple with him. He can strike with him. I mean, there's not much left to say, guys. Mario Bautista, sure, he's very good, very decent. Umar is by far the better fighter, much better fighter. He is a lock. Give us Umar Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, I mean, this is just one of those fights, guys, or fighters, I guess, and Mario Bautista, I think he's a little bit fraudulent. It's like, yeah, he's from Arizona, but JP, I see Mario Bautista out at the grocery store, brother. We can run it. You ain't taking me down. There's no fence to put me up. There's no fence to put me up against, brother. So you're not winning the fight against me. I'll piece you up. Just like Patchy Mix was piecing him up. Like, and KP said it. Patchy Mix is dog water. The biggest fraud I think we've seen inside the UFC, honest to God. Like, I don't know what all the hype was about. We had UFC fighters making videos about this guy and talking about his skills and what they saw in the training rooms. What? Where? Who is this man? And where did Patchy Mix go? Because this is not Patchy Mix that you promised us. You know what I'm saying? And Patchy Mix still landed like 114 strikes on Mario Bautista. I'm good. Umar Nurmagomedov is worlds above Patchy Mix. I think he's way better on the ground. I think he's way better on the feet. I think he's got power. They're roughly the same size. The reach is identical. There's nothing that I see that Mario Bautista can do that Umar hasn't seen before, Umar hasn't faced before. I mean, Mario's got to be hoping that Umar re-breaks his hand or something weird. And even if Umar did, I'm still picking Umar. I just think he's more skilled in all facets of the fight than Mario Bautista.
Yeah, I am. And like, obviously, you guys heard me say the other weekend, everybody's got a story. If something happens to everybody, yeah, 100%. But it's just the truth. If he doesn't break his hand, it is a much closer, very close fight. So we'll have to see. All right, moving up, co-main, first of the 2 title fights, and this one is for the vacant title because Zhang Weili will take on Valentina Shevchenko in a phenomenal fight. I am so excited to watch that one and hear that one. But until then, the title must go to somebody, and it's going to go to either Virna Jandiroba or our girl Mackenzie Dern.
Our girl, huh? Listen, this is a good matchup. They fought before. Dern got the best of Jandiroba early on in their careers back in 2020. I talked about the evolution of Virna Jandiroba. Her striking's improved. The wrestling has always been there. The grappling overall has improved. The jiu-jitsu itself has improved. She's very, very skilled, very, very good. Maybe cross-eyed, but knows what she's doing inside of that octagon. Mackenzie Dern,
You could have left
I was
that
telling
part
JP
out.
before we started filming. Uh-huh.
You could have left that part out. You might be cross-eyed, but she's good.
I talk about it every time we break down Virna Jandiroba. I even think I made a meme on TikTok one time. That was rude of me. I'm sorry, Virna. We love you. Listen, Mackenzie Dern, very skilled jujitsu. She's a great grappler. But what worries me about her is she's gonna be comfortable off of her back. That is the one downfall with these submission specialists, with these grapplers, is like if you do get taken down, you're okay. I'm all right. Maybe I can find an arm bar, find a triangle. I'll survive. That's not the mentality that you need to win fights in the UFC, especially going up against these high-level wrestlers that will take you down, will stay safe from the grappling attempts, and then control you. And obviously, that's going to look good in the judges' eyes. And so for Mackenzie Dern, sure, the striking has improved as well. He's gotta be the aggressor. She's gotta come forward. She's gotta look for her own takedowns on Virna. I just don't think that's what's gonna happen, and so for that, we're taking Virna Jandiroba. Look for her to press forward, look for her to find the takedowns, and look for her to control Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern may have her moments, but I don't think she's gonna do enough to steal this one from Virna. Virna's gonna get the title, and Virna's gonna get her redemption against Mackenzie Dern here in 2025.
Yeah, and I don't think you can watch their other fight back and really take anything from that because it was so long ago. And I think it comes down to, like Brevin's saying, off your back, and we say it all the time. You sit there off your back, you can throw stuff up, sure. Like you can go for subs. The moment you're fighting another grappler who understands it just as well as you do, is also very good, probably not going to be there, right? It's probably going to be a big chance that they're able to defend a lot of it. At some point, you have to stop doing that and then just prevent you from going to your back. Because it doesn't look good on judges' scorecards once you're not getting it. And Mackenzie, I mean, she's world-class at jiu-jitsu, so she'll do that. And Virna, also very good on the ground. She's been proven to be very good. And her top control, phenomenal when she gets you down. And the one thing that just settled it, for me at least, is I just like the way that Virna uses her hands. I say this in every Virna fight. She understands that her hands are not her strength, and she's not going to knock anybody out. But she will use them to come forward, set stuff up, get you to occupy your hands, and then she'll shoot. And then she'll grapple you, and then she'll grab you, and then she'll throw kicks. She'll do something. She understands her distance very well, right? She's not going to shoot from too far, but she's not going to be too close and level change because she might walk into a knee or whatever it is. We like Mackenzie. We love Mackenzie, right? Very good. I mean, she's very talented. Lots of talent in that fighter right there. I don't know. Close fight, but I just think Virna, and she's 37. Sure, she's old, but I think she does it, dude. I think she does it. She's come a long way, a lot of big strides. And she's training with a lot of good girls in her gym, too. I mean, granted, Mackenzie, I mean, you look at Mackenzie's physique from when she first came into the UFC to now. She looks fucking great now. She looks shredded now, but I don't know, man. The feet still just, she still reaches and loops and a lot of wild shots sometimes. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I'm just still not a fan. Give us a Virna.
Good fight there. All right, moving up to the main event. We got Tom Aspinall taking on Ciryl Gane.
Should I, or do you want to go? Because I don't know if people are gonna want to hear all the biasness that I'm gonna say.
No, you go for it, buddy.
You guys know who we're picking, okay? You guys watch the show. If you're new here, Tom Aspinall is him, okay? Tom Aspinall is that dude. Love Tom Aspinall. Ciryl Gane, dude is not a fighter. He's a very athletic man who got into it or whatever. He is not a fighter at heart. Doesn't want to fight. He's making movies. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's losing and yet still getting title fights, right? Loses to Francis, got grappled. Loses to John, got subbed, got grappled. Had a robbery, absolute robbery. Okay, I know we say that a decent amount. This is the one fight. Oh, there's multiple of them, but this is one of them for sure that I think everybody will unanimously agree, like I said earlier, was an absolute robbery. Volkov won that fight 100%. And then Gane's turning down this. He's turning down that. I forgot. He turned down somebody else. Dude just doesn't want to fight. He's occupied with other stuff and he doesn't want to fight. I don't know. I don't get a love for the game like I do with Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is watching film. He's smart. He's this. He's that. He's ever since he's a kid, he's been doing it, right? And dude's fast. He's got power. Sure, I like Cyryl's movement. I really do. I like his footwork. He's very talented on the feet. But the one thing he does, got good footwork, good movement. When you get him against the cage, he'll circle off. He won't just sit there on the cage like an idiot. Like Danny Barlow. God, dude, that I can't believe I just remembered that and then it pissed me off again. He'll circle off the cage, right? He'll be smart. But when he does it, his lead hand will be out. His backhand is all the way down by his hip. That's a problem. Do not like that at all. Tai Tuivasa caught him because of that, right? I just don't see a love for the game in Ciryl Gane. I really don't. On top of that, Tom can stand with him, and Tom is a way better grappler. This is clear as day. Tom Aspinall win. With that being said, I'm not going to get into it completely. No matter what happens with this fight, do not be shocked. Okay? That dude is going to have his tweet typed out and ready to go. Okay, Johnny Bones. I'm going to be calm. I'm not going to say a bunch of shit. All right. Rest in peace to his brother. Terrible news. Very sad. What was it? Arthur Jones. Very sad. Okay. Dude's going to be on Twitter immediately, regardless of what happens. I guarantee it. Whether he wins or loses, there's going to be something said. And for anybody out there that does not like Tom, big John Jones fan, hate Tom Aspinall, whatever it is. If Ciryl Gane does win, maybe it is better for the UFC, because I think if Ciryl wins, they'll 1000% let Alex Pereira go up. Him and Ciryl will go at it. Hopefully Pereira wins. It's John and Pereira at the White House. Great storyline there. Not going to happen. Give us Tom Aspinall.
Yeah, I think Tom's just more skilled. Even on the feet, obviously Cyryl's an athletic big man, but so is Tom. And Tom carries a lot of power too. And so if they do trade on the feet, I'm still feeling confident in Tom. But like you said, why not just go take him down? We've seen the grappling not be all there for Ciryl Gane in the past, and Tom's an explosive athlete. He's strong. He's big. It's not Chris Barnett out here that we're hoping gets a win over Ciryl Gane. Okay, it's Tom Aspinall. He can find a takedown, and control him and submit him, and I think he does. So we're taking Tom. I mean, we'll see how he looks after a year layoff. Waiting on the John Jones fight never came to fruition for him. But now he's the champ. Now he's fighting Ciryl Gane. We move on until further notice with Tom as our champ, and that's how things will be. But yeah, I think this is going to be a nice little tune-up fight for old Tommy boy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could fight the winner of Almeida Volkov.
Yeah, I don't know. The heavyweight division's kind of it's
Oh,
just
for
not.
sure, dude. It is
Yeah.
so lackluster. But
But all right, that does it for the card. It doesn't do it for the show. Don't go anywhere. We have your free show parlays coming your way right now. JP, starting with our combined lock door MMA's lock of the night. Who are we locking up?
pretty obvious, guys. I said that last weekend, and then he quit. This weekend, that's not going to happen. That is absolutely not going to happen. I've never been more confident in a lock in my life. We could even do a two-legger this weekend. We won't. Because then we'll be like, oh, yeah, fuck it, we'll do it. And some weird shit will happen. But we're taking Tom Aspinall over Ciryl Gane. Like Brevin said, we're just going to go out there and take him down, probably. Tom's also very smart. Super smart fighter. Watched a lot of film, like I said. So, yeah, absolutely. Minus 395 right now. Tom Aspinall. Lock him up. He's winning for sure.
Yeah, 1000%. All right, now it's time for Brevin's basic parlay. We've been on the wrong side of a number of interesting situations, to say the least, this weekend. I got you guys. Starting with the lock, the channel lock, Tom Aspinall. He's going to get it done. Moving down, we've got Umar Nurmagomedov, Mario Bautista, Sia Trader Joe's, buddy. Yeah, Umar's getting it done. And then moving down a little bit further, down to the prelims. I like to live in the prelims. Ikram Aliskerov getting it done over the Iron Turtle, Young Park. I think Aliskerov is just more well-rounded in every area of the fight. Those three right now probably get you plus money. I haven't dialed it up in DraftKings. I think I'm locked out right now. Okay, some shit went down.
Oh,
I know.
Oh, the Mike Malott situation.
I got to make a few phone calls.
I got to get with my people, get a few of my assets cleared. Is what it is.
They need statements from the last 12 months, like prove I have these funds. I don't know what's going on, JP.
We got a guy at DraftKings anyways. Dave. We know him first name basis is what it is. We'll connect with him. But that's for sure plus money. I'm looking at their three. Yeah, for sure get you plus money right there. We were on an absolute heater, and then the UFC took a break, and ever since then it's been good week, bad week, good week, bad week, good week, bad week. Now we're due for a good week, baby, and we're feeling it for 321. This card is chef's kiss out in Abu Dhabi, nice and early. Juicer time. Who's starting it off? The lock. Tommy boy, Tom Aspinall. Okay, this dude, not every path to victory in front of him unless he just sits there and points fights. And he won't. He will not do that. Give us Tom Aspinall. Next one, Virna Jandiroba. I think she gets it done. I really do. And new Zhang Wei Li. I mean, I think it's a good thing Zhang Wei Li left for these other girls because I didn't think anybody was going to beat Zhang. She is disgusting. Next one, Umar. Just like Brevin said, I told y'all earlier, Umar could be in a lock in himself. Right? Mario Bautista's not going to be able to lean on the cage, and he's not going to fight a flat-footed striker who doesn't move. Give us Umar. Ikram Aliskerov. Another one that Brevin said, because we're very confident on him as well. The Iron Turtle. Not sneaking this one out, buddy. Azat Maksum. Why is that so funny?
That was funny. It caught me off guard. You got me.
Azat Maksum. I told you guys I like his scrambles. I like his balance. I like his footwork, his striking, everything about it. Mitch Raposo. Yeesh. Not the one. Azat Maksum. He's pulling it out. The final one. Brevin don't like him. I like him. Arizona natives. Cheering on our own. Our boy, Jose Delgado. A nasty finisher. I think he might get a finish in this one too. Close fight. But I'm taking him. 6 legs. Juicer time. Plus 900. Almost plus 1,000. We'll see how much it changes. It normally does. So, but it's juice, baby.
That's the thing. I like Delgado. It's just something about Bautista. If he looks at me wrong, we're throwing down.
He
It
looks
is what
at
it
you
is.
wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like
don't
he
look in
could
my
just.
direction.
I feel like he could just look at you anyway, and depending on how your day's going, you could just be, oh, the guy's looking at me wrong.
Why is he looking at me?
Maybe
I mean,
he's a
you're the
Chiefs fan.
UFC fighter. You want my autograph, big boy?
Maybe he's a Chiefs fan.
Little boy. And well, that might change things. Then we could be friends.
Yeah, he could still lick my ass.
Yeah, buddy, you're just a little salty, huh?
A little. At what?
You
What would I
saw it
be
coming.
salty at?
That's what I'm saying. Nothing to be salty about. It's just another day in the life of a Raiders fan, right?
Yeah, ask Brevin
No
how his
response.
ribs
All
feel after a team kick, all right, buddy?
Oh, yeah. Hold on to one moment, all
Also-
right? Let's get another sparring
also-
session in, pal.
We're getting fucking dirty, okay? That shit's dirty, all right? And he didn't play after that. Y'all going straight for Crosby's knees? I see what we're doing. You think I don't
That's
know?
illegal. Legal block. I thought you were an all-pro. Evade the block. You're getting blocked by a third-string tight end like that? You're buns, buddy.
Like that? You think I'm dumb? You think I'm
You're
dumb?
buns, buddy.
I
Tell
see
Max to
what- I
lose
see
some more
what we're
weight.
doing.
Little scrawny-ass defensive end looking motherfucker.
Lose some more weight. Oh man. Bad
Is
weekend.
he getting too small? I think that's a fair question. Because like bigger Max, he's lost a decent amount of weight.
Not a crazy man.
Bigger Max, yeah. I kind of liked bigger Max a little bit more personally.
Why though?
I thought he was more powerful. I thought his swim moves and his spin moves I think are quicker, maybe a little bit more agile, more bend around the corner. But like I feel like he's lost some of that bull rush power that he once had, just running dudes over. And I don't like when a player is just all agile or all power. I think he used to have, for me personally, like the correct amount of both. I just worry that now we're kind of swaying too far to one side.
I mean, yeah, he primarily is a speed rusher, but like I wouldn't say it's bad. He never was like a big. He would rarely bull rush, and like now, I mean, you see it every fucking game. He's getting blocked by 3 people when the ball snaps. So that bull rush probably wouldn't be there anyway.
Fair. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of the community here on Locked Door MMA. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are still listening to this episode. Like the video, leave a comment. Let us know who you guys got. It should be a good pay-per-view. We're excited for it. Hopefully you guys are too. And with that, JP, I'll let you take it away.
7 a.m. Early one, okay? Your boy's used to it. Your boy normally works at like 4 a.m. So we'll be up. We'll be at him. We drinking our Alanis, listening to K-Lonnie. All right, doing our thing. All right, first fight of the night. We'll see if we'll put money on it. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, we appreciate it. No, it's a long one. Had a lot to yap about in the beginning because last weekend, wow. A lot of crazy shit. This weekend, we'll see what is ahead of us. And I'm hoping it's a perfect card. All right, we're feeling good about this one. We are back in the lab, feeling good about it. Ladies and gentlemen, another weekend, another set of fights. As always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby!